Halo sobat-sobat pembelajar, masih bersama Krishna. Kali ini kita mau masuk ke video berikutnya di Let's Write. Okay, at the first video, I already told you about the opening paragraphs. Yeah, remember that the most important part in the passage of writing is the introduction paragraphs, the body, and the conclusions. Now we come to the second part. Okay, it is the body of the paragraphs. Okay, when you still remember our first video in the opening paragraphs, okay, I gave three ideas to the readers. The first one, of course, it's about urban farming. Yeah, I didn't write down the title. It's just an example. Okay, so the main ideas that I want to say to the readers is hobby. Urban farming provides hobby, and then organic vegetables. All right, the supply of organic vegetables, and also financial benefits. Okay, in this video, the body of the paragraphs, let's check this out. Apa saja informasi yang harus kita tulis di paragraf body ini atau di tubuhnya paragraf ini, ya, atau paragraf isi boleh bilang gitu ya. Oke, apa yang pertama? Oke, body. In this part we explain the details of our ideas. Jadi kalau yang pertama kita sudah membicarakan tentang hobi, suplai sayuran, dan financial benefits. Di sini kita akan menerangkan detail-detailnya lebih banyak lagi. Apa yang dimaksud dengan yang pertama, kedua, dan ketiga. Okay, so we explain the details of our ideas. Alright, next we gave information that supports the ideas we shared in the introduction paragraphs. Kalau kita membicarakan masalah data-data, ya harus muncul data-data itu di sini. Statistik pun harus muncul di sini dan sebagainya. Ya, intinya kita menyediakan supporting data, supporting information. Kalau tadi tentang hobi, apa ini yang dimaksud dengan hobi? Kalau tadi dimaksud dengan mensuplai sayuran organik, apa maksudnya? Kalau dengan financial benefits, apa maksudnya? Kira-kira begitu ya. Okay, so after this, I will give you examples as usual. Okay, this is just a simple examples. Hopefully you will understand it easily. Ya, mudah untuk mencernanya. Okay, here I have three paragraphs in my body paragraphs. 1, 2, and 3. This one ya. Why? Kenapa? Karena saya sudah mengutarakan 3 main ideas. Pastinya ini akan membicarakan masalah hobi. Yang ini akan membicarakan masalah tentang provides healthy organic vegetables. Dan yang terakhir pastinya akan membicarakan tentang financially benefits. Oke, kira-kira begitu. Apakah harus 3? Not really. You can also have only 1 paragraph in the body paragraph. 1 pun boleh. But you have to convey all these 3 ideas into this paragraph. Ya. Kita ngomongnya tetap dalam rangka membicarakan 3 hal ini. Ditulis 1 paragraf pun it's okay. 1 paragraph as your body paragraph, it's okay. Tidak harus 3. Kalau misalnya nanti ide pokoknya ada 5, berarti body paragraphnya saya harus menulis 5 paragraphs alinea, tidak harus. Oke, understand? Oke, mudah ya. Jadi boleh menulis 1 boleh, atau kalau mau di breakdown menjadi masing-masing itu pun juga boleh. It's alright ya. So let's check it out. My first example here. There are many benefits for urban people by doing urban farming. One of them is becoming a hobby. For urban communities, dense activities often make us tired that we need to have at least one hobby. Farming on the existing land, even though it is narrow, provides refreshment for people who like farming. Only by playing with the soil, water, and plants for an hour a day, for example, we can be happy and refreshed again after actively working all day at the office. So it is clear here that I write down something in one paragraph and it's about hobby. All right, it's about hobby. So urban farming also provides a hobby, becomes a hobby, an interesting thing to do, an interesting activity to do, especially for urban people. Yang suka bercocok tanam, ini bisa menjadi salah satu bentuk hobi. Oh, seperti apa maksudnya? Oh, itu dia. Ya, ini hanya contoh saja, contoh menjelaskan atau give supporting data or ideas tentang hobi. Ya, ini masuk di contoh paragraf yang di sini. Jadi ini paragraf pertama di body paragraph, ya. Ini contoh paragraf pertamanya. Yang kedua, we are going to talk about the vegetables. Ya, okay, let's check this out. Apart from being a hobby, urban farming ultimately provides us with healthy organic vegetables. To consume healthy organic vegetables, we no longer need to go to supermarkets to buy them at high prices. We can harvest our own organic vegetables for our own needs. It is easy to do, cheap, and also healthy. Okay, as you see here in this paragraph, I give my supporting ideas to the ideas that I gave you in the introduction paragraphs, and it is about here organic vegetables, ya. Jadi urban farming itu sendiri ada keuntungan lain adalah menyediakan sayuran organik yang sehat. Kita menanamnya sendiri, kita memupuknya sendiri secara organik, kita merawatnya secara organik, dan kita bisa memanennya untuk kita konsumsi sendiri. Ya, kalau kita mau bikin instant noodles and we need apalah hijau-hijauan semacam sawi dan sebagainya, kita tinggal potong beberapa, kita masukkan menjadi sajian mie instan yang sangat lezat. Ya, karena ada sayurnya di sana. Dan itu semua organik, itu semua sehat. Nah, contoh. Jadi, we don't need to go to supermarkets. We don't need to spend our money. Wah, kalau organic vegetables sedikit harganya lebih mahal daripada yang tidak organik. Ya, kita bisa manennya sendiri. Selain ya mudah, easy to do, murah, and also healthy. Ya, okay. So this is my supporting sentences, supporting sentences to my main idea about supplying vegetables, organic vegetables, okay. Berikutnya, on next we are going to talk about financially benefits. Ya, ini dia. Okay. Paragraf ketiga ini adalah paragraf terakhir dalam body paragraph yang mau saya bicarakan. Okay, we can also get additional income if we do it professionally. Do this activity seriously and professionally. Take up as much information about urban farming as possible. Have a community about urban farming. Get lots of people involved. Then the additional income will definitely enter our pocket. Okay, ya, itu dia. As you see here, I gave supporting ideas about here. What is it? Ini memberikan income tambahan, additional income. Ya, surely if we do it professionally. Begitu ya. Jadi hanya masing-masing kalimat ini kan ada main ideas-nya, main idea, ya. ide pokok kalimat. Ide pokok kalimat kedua, ide pokok kalimat ketiga, ide pokok kalimat keempat, ide pokok kalimat kelima, ide pokok kalimat keenam. Ya, itu kita susun menjadi 6 kalimat. 6 kalimat ini mensupport atau give supporting ideas, data, information, supporting information tentang itu tadi, additional income. So, as you see here in the body paragraph, I have 3 examples of the paragraphs. The first one I talked about the hobby, the second one I talked about the vegetables, and the last one I talked about the additional income. Ya, seperti yang saya bicarakan, you don't have to write down these 3 paragraphs for your body paragraphs. If you want to write only 1 paragraph for your body paragraph is okay, as long as you convey these 3 ideas. Seperti yang tadi sudah dibicarakan di paragraf pembuka. Begitu ya, semoga jelas. Dan pastinya after this remember, Anda bisa mengulang-ulang lagi videonya, pelajari satu detail lagi, it's okay, but surely you have to practice. Okay? Jadi kalau you already write down your opening or introduction paragraphs, now you must go on with the body paragraphs. Okay? Langsung saja kita latihan. Tidak ada benar, tidak ada salah, tidak ada bagus, tidak ada buruk, namanya kita berlatih. Kita belajar. Oke, latihan dan latihan terus ya. Oke, semoga membantu. Hopefully kemampuan kita dalam menulis semakin baik dan kita enjoy dalam menulis. Ternyata menulis itu tidak terlalu sulit. Begitu ya. So, sampai ketemu lagi di video berikutnya. Terima kasih sudah menyimak sampai akhir videonya dan silahkan siap-siap masuk ke video berikutnya tentang conclusion paragraph. Okay? Thanks.